Honeymooner gets 8 years in prison in wife's death at sea. Delray Beach, Florida. 2 years after Isabella Hellman vanished in the Caribbean Sea while on a honeymoon cruise, a federal judge sentenced her husband, Louis Richard Bennett, to 8 years in prison for the involuntary manslaughter of his wife. In a Miami courtroom Tuesday, Judge Federico Moreno called it a very sad case. Bennett, 42, was clean-shaven and wore tan and brown scrubs, a chain around his waist and handcuffs on his wrists. Prosecutors had dropped the original charge of second-degree murder, and Bennett pleaded guilty in November to the involuntary manslaughter of Hellman, a real estate saleswoman in Delray Beach. The sentence was the defense attorney Raymond Darcy Howlian had sought a 7-year sentence, citing Bennett's cooperation so that the Hellman family could have a relationship with his Anne Hellman's daughter, Amelia, too. Bennett also gave. When Moreno asked Bennett if there was anything he wanted to say, he said, for the benefit of the Hellman family, I sincerely regret any pain that they felt. Bennett also asked Moreno if he could be reunited with his daughter sooner rather than later, so that she could be brought up according to his wife's wishes. But when handing down his sentence, Moreno said, the family of the decedent will never acknowledge that it was involuntary and will always feel it's voluntary. It's such a difficult, but when someone dies, it's hard. Moreno said. It's not that there is an element of trust between spouses, and he was an experienced sailor, Moreno said. The night of May 14, 2017, Hellman and Bennett were sailing their 40-foot catamaran surf into summer north from Cuba and were southeast of the Florida Keys. The mystery that happened on the high seas was partly described in a joint statement released Tuesday by the U.S. Attorney's Office, the FBI, and the U.S. Coast Guard. Bennett is certified by the Royal Yachting Association in the United Kingdom as a coastal skipper and knew how to rescue someone who goes overboard and how to sail safely at night. Bennett also made. Hellman had less sailing experience and was not trained to respond to emergencies on boats, they said. The night Hellman disappeared, Bennett had her take over control of the catamaran for the night watch. He did not require. When Bennett woke up, he found the catamaran's sails and rigging were loose. Hellman was not on board, and authorities said he couldn't remember whether he called out for her. For 45 minutes, Bennett prepared his life raft with supplies that would keep him alive until he was rescued. Authorities searched the sea for 4 days, finding the overturned catamaran but not Hellman. Bennett, a dual citizen of the United Kingdom and Australia, is college-educated and a plumber, his lawyer said. Bennett was scheduled to be sentenced in January, but Moreno postponed that until the families arranged for Hellman's relatives to visit her daughter in Scotland and for the condo to be sold. Neither event has happened, though on May 9, a Palm Beach County probate court ruled that Hellman was officially dead. A judge also ordered her daughter with Bennett is being raised by his parents in Edinburgh, Scotland. Hellman's relatives plan to visit Amelia in Scotland in June. They filled a row, and this concludes a very sad chapter for these two families, Keytrosser said. There is nothing more, he said. The ideal scenario will be if both families participate in Amelia's life as she grows up. She's lost her mom, but that doesn't mean that she's lost her mom's family, Keytrosser said. They're hopefully going. The Hellman relatives are satisfied that the judge made the decision he felt was appropriate, Keytrosser said. After completing his prison sentence, Bennett will be supervised for 3 years. Moreno, also, the Federal Bureau of Prisons, will determine where Bennett serves his time. Moreno asked Bennett if he wished to appeal the 8-year sentence. He replied, if Bennett changes his mind, he has 14 days to file an appeal. Copyright 2019, Sun Sentinel, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Visit the Sun Sentinel, Fort Lauderdale, Florida at www. Distributed by Tribune Content Agency, LLC.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park, pot.